Hey guys, Ben here from Road and Strength. I'm going to show you our hockey hips warm up. We created this for hockey players because they're notoriously so tight through their hip flexors, glutes, and internal and external rotators. But you know, we're finding it works really great for any athlete who tends to have tight hips, especially in the hip flexors. So I'm going to walk you guys through it. We're going to start with a hip carve. So we're going to grab something like a squat rack, like this, and we're going to hug the side of it. So your whole side body and outside of your thigh, outside of your calf is going to be in there. You're going to get as high up as you can. You're going to externally rotate, and you're going to pull that across. And we're going to think maximal range of motion. Keep that knee as high as you can. Get a rotation here. All the while, I'm keeping my side body glued to this post, getting as much range as I can in behind. Picking it back up and doing the same thing on rewind. So I'm just going to do that twice. And then I get to switch legs. It's really hard to do this and not have that side body slide away. So make sure it stays pinned in. Get the other side. Up, in, across, out, open, tuck it back, open it up. Same thing on rewind. We'll do that a second time. First time you do that, those 2 reps will make you sore the next day for sure. Okay, pretty simple. 12 jumping jacks. Okay, knee stacks in rotation, iron cross. This one's also called. Getting both hands on the floor, stacking knees together, rolling left to right. Okay, we'll get 6 each side. I'm going to start shorting the reps a little bit, but I'll just tell you what they are so this video is more efficient. Hip flip and extend. So we're going to start like this with bottom of the shoe into the thigh. We're going to keep our feet where they are, pivot them, get into the floor, stand up, extend hips. Bring it back down, flip it, and we're going to get 6 of these on each side. So we're getting internal rotation, external rotation, and extension. A really nice stretch for the hips. Again, we want 6 of those on each side. Next up, we got to roll the V-sit. So I got my V-sit position like this. I'm going to reach forward, protect my neck with my arms as I roll back, and reach forward. And I'm going to get 12 of those. After that, I'm getting into hip switch. So I'm going to be 90-90 like this. So 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. Switch it. Ideally, I do that without my hands. And some of you guys have such tight hips that you can't do that. And so what you might have to do is get a hand on the floor to assist you with that. But I encourage you to try and work away from needing to use your hands as soon as possible. Okay? So 6 aside. Then we're getting into mountain climb openers. So these are great for the hip flexors and rotators. So we're going to get hands in beside the foot. We're going to let that back knee hang off the ground a little bit. Open up. We're actually going to go to both sides. So we'll get 6 each way. And I'll just show you a few. Switch it up. Get the other side, hanging that back hip. So we're getting a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Show it from a side angle. And as you rotate up, look at your fingertips so that you get that full rotation through your thoracic and C-spine. Okay, next up, we're going to a Cossack Squat. So you're going to take a wide stance. And I want you to get butt to heel. Try and keep that other foot flat on the ground and get to the other side. Now, if you're doing this warm-up because you have tight hips, you probably can't get here. You might need to get hands on the ground, But do your best to work toward an upright chest in this position. You got 6 aside there. Okay, next one we're gonna do is an ATG Split Squat. We're gonna straighten the back knee, and I'm gonna try and keep my chest up and get butt to heel. And I'll show you what that looks like from a side angle. Lock that back knee in as much as possible and get butt to heel. Awesome hip flexor stretch. Good. Okay, again, you got 6 aside on that one. We're moving to behind the neck press. We get into a squat. Press overhead. Now, lots of you guys don't have the hip and squat and ankle mobility to get down here and do this. So you can put your feet on a wedge or a small weight to lift your heel up a little bit so you can achieve that position. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades together through that press. Okay, next up we got a tabletop twist. So we're gonna get here, get hips up, bend to the floor. Reach to the floor. And again, we want 6 on each side there. Get the belt buckle as high as you can. Get that nice stretch in the lat and side body. Okay. All right, so from here forward, everything we're gonna do is gonna be one length of the turf. Our turf here is it's about 15 yards long. So that's a good distance for this warm up. And then we're just gonna jog back on the turf after each one. So our C-Lunge, we're gonna make the shape of a C with one side of your body. So I'll load into my front leg and I'll create the C with the other side. There's that big C. And then I'll take my next step forward and do the same on the other side. So I would do this down the turf. All the way down, jog my way back on the next exercise, okay? And I'll shorten that up so I won't go full length of the turf for the rest of the exercises. So we're gonna do crab walk next. So my crab walk, hips up, and I'm just going full length of the turf like that. I'll just do half for today so you can still see me, and then I'll jog my way back. Okay, next up we're gonna go walking glute. So just walk toward you. Grab the ankle, push the hips forward, get a nice tall position for each glute stretch, okay? And then we'll jog our way back. All right, next up is gonna be hamstring sweep. So our hamstring sweep, we're gonna stick the butt out a bit, sweep through the back pockets, keeping a nice extended spine. If I round here, I actually miss out on a hamstring stretch. So I gotta stay straight in the back. Okay, and then we'll jog our way back. Okay, so 15-yard drill, jog our way back, same as the rest of these. And then we're gonna do hopping. Hopping's really simple. Activate through the ankles and the hips will follow. 15 yards, jog our way back. After that, we're getting into hopscotch. It's been a while since you played, but it's just 2 to 1. Really simple drill, jog your way back. Okay, and then we're going A skip. So for our A skip, we want eye socket, hip pocket for our hand position. Okay, it looks like this, just like a sprinter. Okay, keeping those toes nice and pointed. All right, our C walk is next, different than the C lunge. It's just a lunge with a high step. So imagine that there's a bar running through my knee that I have to step over every time. So step over that bar and then do a lunge. Okay, we're gonna do that length of turf, jog our way back. Okay, next up is gonna be sideways monkey walk, one of my favorites. So we're gonna get into this monkey position and we're gonna get the knee between the hands and pull ourselves sideways. We want to keep chest up here. Lots of guys and girls will do this exercise kind of up here because they don't have the mobility. It's okay if your heel has to come up in order for you to be able to hang out in this position. So we're gonna go all the way down 15 yards to our left and then do the monkey walk on the way back instead of jogging all the way back. Okay, and then side shuffle, we're gonna stay low. Okay, side shuffle, full length and turn. Full length back. Then we're getting into 180 pivot jumps. So I'll do a half length toward you, but typically I want you to do 15 yards and then back. Just getting those hips rotating a little bit, keeping the shoulders square. Zig-Zag Agility. You can set up cones for this one, but you don't have to. It's about 3/4 speed anyways. So just zigzag, cut, cut, cut. I'm just gonna do that for 15 yards, so we might get about 6 cuts in that range. You just saw 3 for me, because I'm going half the length of the turf for the purposes of an efficient video. Okay, Icky Shuffle. You might have done this one in the ladder. You can set up a ladder if you want, but you really don't need to. Looks like this. Okay, we're gonna go all the way down the turf, jog our way back, and then we're gonna do some bounding. So bounding is a very powerful, explosive movement. It's kind of like you're a video game character who's sprinting, getting lots of hang time. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we're actually gonna do this one both directions. Okay, and then last one we'll do is gonna be a backward Icky Shuffle. So same as what you just did for the Icky, except we're moving backwards. And then we jog our way back. By that time, we should be fired up and ready to train. Okay, if you guys have any questions, give me a shout on YouTube, Instagram, social media, any of our portals. Feel free to reach out, or northernstrengthacademy@gmail.com is a great place to get us. Thanks a lot for watching.